Hey there, welcome to day 21 of the 30-day authenticity challenge. My name is Damia Shodi, and I'm somebody who's passionate about creating resources, content, programs, everything that will help you walk into your purpose and really live up to your potential and then exceed your potential, right? So everything that would help you to transform your mind, to make the impact, to live the life that you want to live in your version of luxury. That's what I'm here to do. And this 30-day challenge is to help promote my podcast that will be coming out, Luxury State of Mind. And through these 30 days, we've just been discussing different areas of your life that you can make more luxurious. We've spoken on a lot of topics thus far, more practical things like how you can improve your eating habits, your dressing, your fashion sense. Um, and then we've spoken about other things as well, such as mindset, how to bounce back from setbacks, how to have a proper view of yourself and to make decisions based off of your identity. So we've spoken about a lot of things. And today we're going to speak about something that is, I feel, very important, especially for the type of women that we are. I know that the women who are interested in this content are interested in making deep impact into this world. A lot of us are searching for answers on how can we have more free time, for example, to do the things that we feel like we're called to do. What are the things that we're called to do? We're very curious and searching as to what those things are and how to do them, how to follow through on them. So today I'm just going to break down 3 different ways that you can make more impact and how impact is a form of luxury. So don't get swept away in the mindset that everything that you're doing, your job, your home, what you have is just for you and your own and your family, right? We are called to be on this earth and create impact. We are given certain things in this life, whether it be our mindset, the knowledge that we have, our experiences, our children, our everything, as a way to minister to other people and to show them that there's much better out there, and that they can live up to whatever it is that they're called to. So thinking of this in a way of service, this type of mindset we're going to speak about today, right? So I again did like calls with different women when preparing to create the podcast and wanted to know what is like their big life goals. What are some things that they want to accomplish? And a lot of women, it's especially from the context of luxury, you would think, oh, it's just to travel. Oh, it's just to, um, have all these material things, which are nothing is wrong with that. So caveat with that, nothing is wrong that you want those things, that you value those things. But a lot of women also want to make serious impact. Like those are big life goals. And I just want to share 3 steps, 3 very simple steps on how to create more impact where you are. So no matter where you are, what career you're in, what you're doing currently, there are ways that you can make the impact that you desire to make. So the first thing is you want to make a decision that the impact that you want to create is what you want to do. I think everything from the beginning starts with the decision. And that's why I talk about identity and keep going back to that concept of knowing who you are. Because once you know who you truly are, it's much easier to make decisions because it matches who you actually are. Sometimes we are living below our worth, value, experiences that are really rightfully ours because we are just not clear on our identity. And it makes sense. I mean, there's experiences that have happened to us, to you maybe, that have shaped a reality for you that's not actually true. So, for example, you may have grown up feeling bullied, or you were bullied, maybe by family members or by people in school, or you always found this pattern of being around people and they making you feel less than. So it makes you to believe that you're actually less than. It shapes a reality for you that, okay, well, I guess people really don't care about me, or maybe I'm strange, or maybe there's something wrong with me. But in reality, sometimes this world wants to form a perspective about you that is actually not true and is not your identity. So that's why we're doing a lot of work through this 30-day challenge and then through the podcast as well to help uproot a lot of those lies and a lot of those misconceptions to really help you step into who you're called to be so you can make the impact that you want to make. But coming from that perspective of identity, you want to make a decision. This is what I want to do. And usually you know what the decision is. It's those things that keep you up at night. Maybe for you, you want to be, I spoke to somebody who wants to be a voice actor, and that's something that's interesting to her. I've spoken to people who, and I'll give you a list of things. I've spoken to another woman who wants to help the elderly be more financially stable and sound, so they have something for retirement. I know somebody who values and desires to bring people from Nigeria to Western world, to like US and Canada, to get a better education. I've seen women who value, and this is part of my own desire too, economic development, economic empowerment, helping women to be able to use their gifts and talents to create financial blessings and wealth for themselves so that it can be passed down to their families. Different things. Those are big, right? Then there's a small, not small, but there are other things as well. So everything is all a level playing field because we all need the impact no matter where we are. So it could also be you want to help people. Like we have a lot of people in recruiting and a lot of people in HR who want to help, especially Black professionals, get into higher paying jobs and tech jobs and do all these amazing things. Or maybe you want to lead in your organization and mentor younger professionals or mentor those just below your position to help them become the leaders that they want to be. There's that. And then there's also maybe you're a stay-at-home mom and you want to raise children that are full of integrity, that can change the world, that can make great impact. And that's where you want to make impact. But ultimately, no matter how big or small, whatever it is that you want to do, just make a decision that that's what you want to do. And then once you make the decision, then things start falling into place. Once you make a decision in your mind that this is what I want to do, you can start taking actionable steps to achieve it. So, for example, something that I wanted to do when I was younger. So when I was in my teenage years, I don't know where the idea came from, but I was like, I want to help kids with cancer, right? I was like, I just want to do that. So I had partnered with my mom on this and designed these bracelets. During this time, there was this huge thing about these like silicone bracelets that had all these interesting, unique terms. And I just was like, oh, I want to do something like that. So I literally found an organization, and I believe in Tampa, that helps kids with cancer. And I decided to pitch to them that I would create these bracelets, and the proceeds from these particular bracelets will go to their cancer research and to the things that they're doing for families. And I took the steps of researching, looking into things, looking into the organization. How can I make the bracelets? I found the vendor to use. Like I took my time to research these things in order to make it happen. And I was able to, I don't know how much money I was able to raise, but I was able to raise a good substantial amount of money. And I was able to actually give the check to the organization at a fashion show, because they had a fashion show that helps either showcase children that have been through the program, and then other organizations that support the nonprofit. Well, that's just one example. When I was in college, I desperately wanted people at the time to know who they were. And that is still very true for me today. I wanted people to know, like, oh my goodness, like, you are called for greater. You are amazing. You are this, you are that. And I also had a passion for them to know God too. That was also very something that was like really burning on me in college, right? So through that, I found podcasting. I said, how can I like get this message out to people and help them and connect them with resources and the things that I'm doing today. And that's how I learned about podcasting. I started researching about it, and at that time there was no information about podcasting like it is today. It was still very unpopular and still kind of hush hush. So I had to really dig through the internet to find out how to put a podcast together. And I think see, I'm an activator. So when I have something that's on my mind that I want to do, it like, and I know for sure and I'm clear on it, it won't take me a lot of time to get started. Literally, I think the moment I thought about podcasting, I think it took me 3 days to launch what at the time was called the Planter. And through that, I was able to not only do that, I was like, oh, I don't know, I feel like I should just host events. Literally, I've never hosted an event in my life, but I decided to host events in my at my college, and invite people. I would post it on social media. I would share it with people through text. I would put it in group messages. I was just determined for people to get to know who they are, and to just, I don't know, like I just had just a strong passion for people, very similar to how I do now, a little bit more refined now. I've grown up a bit more, but the passion and the interest is still there. But through the decision that I made, a clear decision, something that was keeping me up at night, literally, I was like, I just want to know what my purpose is. I just want to know what I'm supposed to be doing here. And I just felt I wanted to impact people and plant seeds. That's why the podcast was called The Planter, planting seeds that would eventually reap a harvest in people. So through a decision, making those actionable steps has set me on a trajectory, and a path that is just uniquely fit for me. So there are things that you want to do as well. There's impact that you want to make, and you just need to take a step, just a step. Maybe you need to read a book, right? Maybe you need to seek out a mentor. Maybe you need to do research on YouTube. I heard from one of the people I've learned from, a coach. She was giving advice to somebody. I can't remember on what, but she said that we should allow our minds to go to the end. That you should allow, like, don't stop your imagination from going. Just let it go until until it ends. Because sometimes you'll be scared that, how can I do this? Or who's going to help me? Or all these things, these natural things to stop you in the moment. But it's the ability and the strength to just think things through all the way through. Where can it go? That can ignite you to take action, that can empower you to take action. So first, you need to make a decision. You know what you already know. Trust me, I don't need to tell you what is like in you to do. You already know it, right? So once you know it and you've made a decision that that's what I'm going to do, just little actions. Do something a little bit different than what you're already doing. And then the third thing that you can do to make more impact is to be open to opportunities that express the impact that you want to make. So going back to the podcasting example, when I started the podcast, I think I started it in 2016. I didn't realize that it would open a lot of doors for me. So then I was getting asked to speak at conferences for youth. And not only that, I started volunteering at a foster home and being able to mentor young women there. I mean, different opportunities over time. It led to me hosting my own workshops, helping people get activated in their vision and their goals and what they want to do. Again, everything grounded in identity. And then that prompted me to network with people all over the world and create relationships with different business owners and cool people that were doing amazing things. Like, so many things started opening up for me because I had made a decision that I wanted to do something like this, and I started taking actionable steps. And my mom is so funny. She'll always say that people want to partner with people who are doing something. Like, nobody wants to work with somebody who's just sitting on the sidelines and just taking their time. People want to work with people who have action, that look like they have their own mind, they have a thought, they know who they are, they're leading themselves. I think that's a better way of saying it. They're leading themselves. People want to work with people who are leading themselves. So it's like, what is your version of impact? What is so important to you? Is it that you want to do? And how can you just make one little step, just one today, that can help you become closer? It could just be researching. It could be reaching out to somebody. It could be sending an email, but just one thing that you can do that can help you make the impact that you desire to make. So this is day 21 of the 30-day authenticity challenge. And I hope that this was inspiring to you and it encourages you that you are called for much greater, and you are called to make impact in this life and to change the hearts and the minds of people, and just show them that, wow, like life can be beautiful in your own unique way. So if impact is something that you are interested in making in 2024, let me know. What are the big goals that you have for this year? What do you plan on doing in 2024? Who do you plan on influencing? And if you are interested in learning more about living in luxury from the mindset of identity and being intentional and being empowered to make choices, then send me a DM, let me know, and I will be happy to help you. So thank you so much for tuning in to day 21 of the 30-day challenge, and I will speak to you tomorrow for day 22.